Hey guys, happy Saturday. So 2 days ago, I did a video on how I go about my HVAC residential sales and the things that I do to, win over the customer and do what we ultimately want to do is get the system replacement or get that project from the customer. And hopefully you guys watched that video and got something out of it. Hopefully I taught you some tips and tricks that would help you in your quest to become either an HVAC contractor, or maybe you're just trying to get into HVAC sales. I'm not a sales guy, never have been, but I know enough about HVAC after 30 years that I can talk intelligently to a customer about HVAC and gain their trust, which is 100% of getting the sale, is them trusting you. Once you have the customer's trust and you're honest with them, of course, you're going to go far. So, and then yesterday, I delved into, okay, so how do you get these sales leads to begin with? How do you get to where you're going to have appointments with customers and be able to get work? Because let's be honest, when you're first starting out as a contractor, especially if you're in a new area, or if you are maybe you just haven't been in the industry long enough, but you want to get into sales, or you decided to get your business license and you're going to start trying to get your own work and you're going to try to do it yourself, it can be very daunting. So hopefully you guys gathered something from that video yesterday as well. And I'm trying to back up these videos with shorts too. I'm breaking them up into segments. So hopefully, there's a lot of people that don't want to watch full videos, obviously, because the shorts get a lot more views than videos do. And, if I can somehow get somebody to watch these little segments of a video, I mean, it's obvious they're coming from a video because they're chopped up. Hopefully that can steer more people into the videos so they can see the entirety of what I'm trying to convey with these videos and with these little tutorials. And this is third day in a row I've done this, because I haven't been out in the field. I've been taking care of some administrative stuff, done some sales stuff. I've been on a couple service calls, but I didn't get any shots of it just because there wasn't anything intriguing to show you. So what I want to talk about today, long-winded, took me 3 minutes to get here, is manufacturers' brands in HVAC. What is your favorite brand? What is your go-to brand? And do brands really matter? Which I don't think they do too much. So let's start with the bad. So there's good and there's bad, of course. And I think they're all pretty much built fairly the same. There's just little nuances and differences between the manufacturers. So as far as some brands I probably would stay away from, even though they're huge and they sell a lot of product and they're very successful in what they do, and I have nothing against them. And I installed them for years, but there's that black sheep in the industry, and we all know what name I'm about to come up with. The old Goodman. I call them the old Gooman. Now, they're not as bad as they used to be. When they were a janitorial piece of equipment, they were really poorly made. Everything inside of them internally was horrifically made. It was a real piece of junk. It was a rattle box, and all the parts in them were just nonsense. But since they were excuse me, sorry, since they were purchased, originally it was the Goodman. I call them Good Mana. So you had the Goodman and the Amana products. And Amana, I actually used to be an Amana dealer. Sorry guys, I still got this cough. I used to be an Amana dealer, and you can't really be a Goodman dealer. There's no Goodman factory authorized training, although I've been to the Goodman factory. But I was an Amana dealer, and the nice thing about the Amana was the fit and finish on them was a little bit better. They looked a little nicer, different painted cabinet. Granted, it was the same gauge of cabinet, but it was something psychological with the customer where, I told them I was selling this Amana furnace. They could look that up and they're like, oh, Amana, I know that. They used to do fridges and all kinds of home appliances. Sorry about that, guys. My daughter was walking out. She needed something. So what was I talking about? I was talking about the Goodman Amana thing. So it's very psychological with customers. It really is. They they hear. So speaking of the psychological aspect of the brands in HVAC, so you can do a quick Google search, find out what the best brand is for furnaces, air conditioners, heat pumps, whatever. Even water heaters. A lot of us HVAC guys deal with those too. But it's kind of weird. So I looked at one today just because I had a customer questioning a Coleman product that I was pitching to him, and a lot of people don't understand, but Coleman, York, and Luxair are the same thing. They just got a different label on them. I'm sure there's other little nuances that are different, but they're all pretty much the same. So, this website had York the worst, and then it had, and it had Coleman like the 6th worst, and then it had, Lennox in there's the worst. But then I go on this next website, and it's got your best piece of equipment's American Standard, and then Trane is 5th. The same manufacturer. They come off the same production line. They just one goes each direction with a different badge. And then like Carrier and Bryant were somewhere in the top 10, but they were 4 places apart. And same thing with Goodman and Amana, Rheem, Rude, York. What's the other one I'm missing? The big one. I'm forgetting what I'm talking about here with that one. What's the other big one? Well, Lennox just has their, if you know Lennox, I think they were number 2 as the best, and I'm sure the product's fine, but you just can't find their parts around here, and if you do, there's not a local place where you can get them. So I'm not going to install something where I don't have any local coverage, and that's the big thing about brands. Local support from a local distributor is the most important thing that you can think about when picking the brand that you're going to install. For years and years, like I told you, I installed Goodman products, and I had very good success. And if I did have something go wrong, it was usually something I messed up, or it was something simple. And igniters and stuff, you should be stocking those on your truck anyway, but if it was something major, I could go right down the street and get it. And worst case, they'd have to bring it in overnight from somewhere or something, from the Northwest Territory, the Northwest region that I work in. We can always get something the next day. So what I've been installing, what I installed when I first started back up this most recent business I have here, is I was installing Rheem. First day I got my contractor's license, I went to Gensco and sat down with the sales rep, and I said, hey, I want to sell Rheem. Sign me up, man. What do I need to do? So we got that set up, and I was doing really well. I was getting a very good price point with it because I was selling a lot of it. And if I needed a part, I can go right to Gensco and get it, or I can call it in and they can have it to me the next day. It was really awesome, and I loved it. And then about, I want to say it's been a little over 3 years now, or probably about 3 years, Gensco quit carrying Rheem. So who took over? And I'm not going to badmouth this distributor, but they do kind of suck because, well, they're just not that good. I mean, Gensco and Johnstone are head and shoulders above this place. I'm not going to mention them, but they took over the Rheem product. Inexplicably, Gensco quit carrying it. So ever since that happened, I tried to install Rheem for a while, and the distributor sucked. So, if all things are equal with equipment and everything, if you don't have a good distributor, you have nothing. Okay, you have absolutely nothing. So local support, a good distributor, and decent quality. I mean, everything's about the same quality now. Honestly, I think it is. But all things being equal, you want to have a good distributor, and this place just wasn't cutting it for me. So then I went back to Johnstone and I started doing the Bosch stuff, and I mean, I know it inside and out now. And man, I had really good success selling the Bosch. I've had very minimal issues with the Bosch product. I have it installed here in my own home, and I'm very happy with it. And some of you will say, well, it's made in China or whatever, and I wish it wasn't, but I have to be able to feed my family and take care. I'm not a hypocrite. I want everything made in the United States, and I've mentioned that in other videos, and I hope that comes to fruition. I really do. I really hope that eventually we have everything made here that we purchase, which, we're always going to have imports and exports. I get it, but man, just telling somebody, hey, this was built with your neighbor's hands in this factory, and such and such, is such a cool thing. And I don't mind paying more for stuff if that happens. I really don't. And people are going to appreciate it more. You're going to get better support. The parts are going to be more readily available because we're not worried about having to bring something in overseas from somewhere else. So I really, really, really appreciate that aspect of trying to make things all everything sourced here, the parts and everything, not just assembled here. And that's what's one of the things that these manufacturers kind of are misleading about, is they try to say made in America, but it really isn't. It's assembled in America. So there's or USA, I should say, not America. And it's misleading because a lot, you bring all these parts in, you import all these parts in, and then, some guy just puts it all together. It's not really made in the United States. So anyway, so back to the brands. I just want to, don't go on the internet. If you're a consumer watching this, don't go on the internet and look at brands and say, hey, I'm going to pick this one because this, Consumer Reports says it's good, or this site I went on says it's good, because you can usually find something that'll agree or disagree with you on the internet if you look hard enough. So, let's keep it real. For one, the contractor is the most important, with good local support, good local distributor that's going to be there when you need them, and it's going to uphold the warranty that comes with that piece of equipment, and it's going to be there when you need them when it's very hot or very cold outside. So I'll leave it at that. I won't ramble on anymore about it. But yeah, honestly, the brand that I want to install is brand X. It's Seaton's brand X. I don't really care about the name on the front of it. I'll pick the best product for you as a quality contractor.